So an article done by Fortune.com, a company in high regards to producing business news and statistics, they give a shocking stat that states an estimated 70 million brackets for college basketball are filled out every March, which is more than the popular vote won by any candidate in U.S. history. Hi, my name is Dylan Shoknecht, and I'm here to persuade you why college athletes deserve to be paid. So being a college athlete, like many of you guys are that I'm looking at, I've been researching this topic ever since it hit the newsstands due to the relevance that it has to myself. So I hope by the end of this speech you all have a better understanding of the issue of why college athletes should be paid, what we can do to change that, and how. So before we begin, what is the NCAA? The NCAA is an organization that regulates athletes for 1,200 institutions, 28 sports, and 420,000 athletes. The NCAA has been making every single dime that's been produced by college athletics since 1910. The numbers behind how much money is being produced and brought in is just very staggering, and is way more than enough to be given out to the athletes due to the amount of work that they put in. Based on a study by MoneyNation.com, they found out that college athletics as a whole brings in $12 billion annually. Not only this, but research done by two former University of North Carolina basketball players also states that student athletes on average spend 45 hours a week just practicing their sport, which is more than some full-time jobs, and yet they have to balance classwork on top of this. So after doing some research of my own, I found out that the NCAA actually refuses to release any numbers as to how much they make from football, but it's been told that it is the highest grossing sport. So I decided when I did my research to look into the next highest grossing sport, which is basketball. And with this, I looked into, just as a sample size, one of its top conferences, the Big Ten. So you can see in my chart that I did here, Sam's seen the numbers I did on my own. These are a list of every single Big Ten school in the country. And what I did in the middle column is I put the value of all the scholarships to in-state athletes, so players that they recruit strictly from their state, and then the out-of-state scholarships they give out. So in a total, the Big Ten on their own every year, they make $450 million to keep in the back of your mind. And all the scholarships are worth about $29.5 million. So when I average this out between every single player, all the schools, they're making on average $1.83 million off of every single student. So it is evident that there is more than enough money to go around to these athletes, and given the portion of the revenue that every school makes. So making this change might not have a direct impact on any of our athletic careers, but keep in mind that it could make a difference on any future kids' athletic careers of ours. And that is why it is very relevant to all of us, not just the ones that are athletes. Although college athletes are listed as student athletes, that is with the understanding that we are strictly students first and then athletes. I know that since obviously many of us are athletes, and I can only speak for myself, this spring alone I'm going to be missing 18 days of class, and that term of being a student athlete can be misconceptualized sometimes. If we want to be focused on our academics first, then we shouldn't be able to be missing classes for these days. An interview based with the New York Daily News, one college basketball player states that we're not student athletes and we're here to play sports, and some of us are missing class right now, so in some respect, they're making money off of us not attending class. A change to this can also take away the stereotype that all college students are just broke young adults, because this will give other college students a view that they can balance work on top of their class as well. Some students also go to college with their scholarships having the background of not very financially funded parents and households. So being able to do this will give them a chance to give back. In an interview with ESPN, Wisconsin power forward Nigel Hayes tells reporters that if this does change, I won't be able to benefit personally, and that's completely fine. I'm doing this in hopes that hopefully one kid come Thanksgiving will be able to fly home and see his parents if he doesn't have the money to do it on his own. So now that we've discussed what will happen as a result of college athletes being paid, let's look into what we can do to fix this. So NCAA athletes are looked down upon from the NCAA as revenue makers, therefore not having a voice, and this may be the case for a while unless we decide to present awareness now and give them a voice for ourselves. Going back to my example of using Nigel Hayes, on October 15th, the University of Wisconsin was on national television before one of their big football games. So here, Mr. Hayes stood outside the stadium holding a sign that says, "I'm a broke college athlete and anything helps." So the sign, he was really just trying to create attention from this, and he wasn't trying to get money for himself. And when he was interviewed by ESPN later that day, he told the reporters that obviously accepting money is illegal. As a college athlete, you can't accept money from anyone, from boosters or from parents even. So therefore, he used his friend's Venmo account, which is just a way to distribute money throughout people. And all the proceeds from that account go to the Boys and Girls Club of Wisconsin. The sign was strictly just to create conversation. So what can we do here? So I know nobody's probably ever told you this during speech, but you can go out and take out your phone right now if you really want. Go to the App Store and download what's called a QR reader. It should take about 15 seconds. And I'll leave this up here if you want. If you use the QR reader, this will take you directly to the website, and you can go ahead and donate money on your own. And all the money will go to the Boys and Girls Club of Wisconsin, but it will create awareness for NCAA athletes. I went ahead and did some money, or donate some money of my own today. So now that we have a better understanding of what the issue is revolving why college athletes should be paid, what we can do to fix it, and how, I hope that it is up to us that we can go out and make a difference and give these people a voice. With your help, we can actually make a change. Thank you for your time. Are there any questions?